Hello and welcome to It Was a Movie. This is Colin.
This is Niall.
And this week we watched two movies that are intricately linked together. Zero R, exclamation point,
Exclamation mark.
1957, and Airplane, exclamation point, 1980. Basically, the short story is that Zucker, Abrams and Zucker, uh, when they were growing up in their teens or whatever, they were wanted to be in comedy, and they did some ad lib studios or ad lib nights and created a comedy troupe, and they used to record the TV late at night, and they happened to record Zero Hour late at night and said this is an amazing movie to just satirize. And
They were right.
yeah. And it took them, I think, they wrote the script even before their first movie they released was called Kentucky Fried Movie, which I watched a couple of weeks ago because I read the book about the making of Airplane. I'd never watched it. Did you ever watch Kentucky Fried Movie?
No, never even heard of it.
Don't watch it.
Garbage.
It's not funny at all. I think what helped with this one was they had a strict plot and frame, and they could work with that. Kentucky Fried Movie is just like a poor man's Monty Python's. It's just skits. One after the other, basically. So it's not a good journey whatsoever. But yeah, they had Airplane under production and under writing for years, and it was a hard slog, but finally they got it done. Basically, they also wanted to shoot it in black and white and on a propeller plane, which is what Zero Hour is all about. But this production studio said no, jetliner and in color.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I'm glad they did.
Yes, for sure. But I think they just really wanted to spoof and satire Zero Hour. And so they ripped it off so much they bought the rights to Zero Hour from, I think, Paramount Studios, and Paramount were going, yeah, this movie, it doesn't belong anywhere. It's forgotten about. Here, $5,000 or something.
For a fiver.
Yeah, something just insubstantial. So they could do whatever the hell they wanted to do then, and they sure did. So I wanted to know from you, because after I watched this, I'd never watched Zero Hour before in my life. I just recently, I don't know if I knew before I read the book that they used a movie and just ripped off every second of it. But so I watched Zero Hour last night, and then I watched Airplane immediately after it, and I got a more pronounced perspective of the actors in Airplane, just totally just acting it serious and just ripping the acting out of Zero Hour word forward. Like, I knew they were playing it seriously. I knew you don't laugh at the jokes in Airplane as the actor, because that's the whole point. But I just felt like even Julie Hegarty as Elaine, she was just doing it word for word and expression by expression. It's just a total piss take of the serious actors in Zero Hour. And I just am becoming more aware of it, and it makes it even funnier.
I was wetting myself watching Zero Hour.
Yes.
And it's not because it's a fun movie. It's not. It's rubbish. But every line was setting up the punchline coming next. And in my head, that's playing. And then I'm laughing.
Right.
Even though that doesn't play out in the movie, it's just hilarious. And how well the actors in Airplane actually deliver the lines bang on. Exact same as Zero Hour. It's actually quite impressive.
They battled with it. Obviously, Peter Graves and Leslie Nielsen and Robert Stack, they were three serious actors. And I think Peter Graves and Robert Stack at the start, when they got the script, said this is absolute trash. And so it took a couple. I watched a few interviews with them afterwards, and obviously they loved the experience and obviously how well it did. Robert Stack didn't take a percentage of the earnings. He just said this could be $5,000 extra or whatever, and he didn't take a percentage of the $170 million that it made worldwide. But yes, so basically they were like, we don't know what's going on. And I think Lloyd Bridges said one day, we're the joke. This is the movie. We're the joke. Don't worry about the lines not hitting. The way we're saying them and the scenario we're in, this is the entire joke.
He absolutely nailed it, though. That's the joke. We're playing it straight, but that's the joke.
Yes.
Live with it. And that's a fantastic... I think this... I'm going on a limb here and say this is kind of the first time this type of straight spoof comedy was done.
Yeah, probably. I would say so.
First I know of, anyway. And because of that, because of its originality, it's amazing.
Yeah. And you can look at Scary Movie and Naked Gun. Obviously, Naked Gun is amazing. I love Naked Gun
It's
because
Leslie Nielsen again.
it's Leslie Nielsen. Scary Movie for the time because spoofs kind of
Fine.
ended in the 80s, and then Scary Movie came out, 98 or whatever. There was a massive gap between big spoof movies, and we're like, oh, okay, Scary Movie, it's okay, it's fine. But it hasn't been
This
done.
is different.
Did you watch the remade Naked Gun with Liam Neeson?
I don't really want to.
Don't bother.
I've heard bad things. I've heard some people like it. I've heard a lot of people don't like it. And listen, Leslie Nielsen's got a special place in my heart for how he played Frank Drebin.
Yes.
That can't be redone.
No.
Nope.
No, and Liam Neeson just hasn't got the range of comedic chops, but also just the way he delivers lines in any movie he's in. He's good at what he does, but this isn't.
He's too scary.
Good. Yeah, he's not acceptable as a Leslie Nielsen sort of dolt.
No, he's not a good replacement.
That we love. So yeah, but then the genius of Airplane is that you look at 0R and you see the scenes that happen and the way they just ramped it up then to be comedic. So I'll take one, for example, the boy going to the cockpit.
Yes.
Because in
Ever
Zero,
seen a grown man naked.
Because in
but it's not that different.
It's not that different. The pilot in 0R is quite smarmy and quite like lechy to the kid.
I'm over him there and I go, oh, have you ever been in an airplane before?
I've never flown before, mister.
That's you can stay.
I'll let him stay. So they obviously looked at it and went, oh, we got to make that. And then Peter Graves was so reluctant to be a PDF file.
Yeah.
And, well, obviously he lived with it, though. But
listen, he delivers those lines immaculately because he plays it straight. Well,
do you like movies about gladiators? It's just random.
You ever been to a Turkish bath?
Turkish prison?
Sorry.
Yeah. So let's talk about 0R for a while and just kind of set it up. It's pretty much a airplane disaster movie. They were quite popular in the 60s and 70s more so. I think Arthur Haley wrote the famous Airport series that came out every year. One. Yeah, 79 or 80 and 81. They just kept on going up every year. So this came along, and it's basically, if you know Airplane's plot, that's what it is. People get food poisoning from fish.
It's identical, like the fish. So, what did you have to eat? What was the options? Oh, yeah, it was chicken or...
It was fish or
lamb or something. Yeah. Fish or lamb? No, they said meat.
Yeah, fish or meat.
That's a weird way of phrasing it.
Yes, that's right.
Yes, I had the lasagna.
I had the lasagna. That's not in 0R.
No.
And we also have the same sort of protagonist, Ted Stryker, who is a ex-World War II fighter pilot, and he's chasing his wife in 0R, he's chasing his girlfriend in Airplane, and same thing, he just wants to get his lady back because he's been shell-shocked, PTSD from the war.
She's leaving him because she doesn't respect him anymore. Exact same lines delivered on both sides. Beautiful.
And I can't live with a man I don't respect. Yeah. It's totally the same. Then the weird thing about 0R is...
I love his response, though, in the second one. Well, that's pisser.
What a pisser. He breaks the fourth wall for one time.
First time I'd ever seen it in a movie was in this.
Oh, really?
He stares at the camera and goes, yeah, that's a pisser.
You know what the difference between 0R and Airplane is, which is just totally bizarre, is that she takes her kid with him, like away from him. It's like, here's the Dear John letter, bye. It's like taking the kid with her. It's like, it's a bit weird.
Cheerio.
Yeah. Dana Andrews plays Ted Stryker in 0R, and he's pretty wooden.
Let's be awful. Let's be honest, he was absolutely, as you say, wooden, no dimension. You get no real... You can't associate him. You can't feel anything from him. I don't get emotion. I don't get the PTSD, other than the repetitive flashbacks that they keep imposing over his face.
Pull up.
Which
Turn
again,
low.
in Airplane, fantastic, especially the last set.
Yeah, just random historic failures of airplanes.
And I thought Robert Hayes as Ted Stryker was brilliant.
Yes, very good. He does actually play somebody that's going through a bad moment, even though it is a crazy comedy.
Yeah, but he's actually, you can get the PTSD, you can see it in his eyes, you can see the emotion, whereas the other chap, yeah, he's garbage.
No. And even the doctor on the plane in Zero Hour just doesn't have any gravitas. Leslie Nielsen kicks him out of the park, basically.
Oh, Leslie Nielsen's just walks in the room and he fills the screen.
Oh, stewardess, the man next to me is a doctor.
Stethoscope.
Yes, that's right.
And again, I was wetting myself in 0 Hour because it's a stupid line because he's asleep.
Yeah.
I feel like he might be a doctor.
But he comes out in 0 Hour, he comes out of his seat with his big medical bag with him. It's like, what are you doing?
That's comedic by itself.
Yeah. The guys would have just looked
You
at that and
wouldn't
went,
stow that. No, you'd carry it on the
right.
plane.
And he's just got a bottle of pills that he keeps on giving to people in 0 Hour. Dramamine. Constantly mentioning
what is this? I
Dramamine.
don't know.
Here,
You've got
take
some
this.
sort of weird bacteria infection. What type?
She'll be right back with you on the med side. That doesn't happen in 0 Hour.
No, unfortunately.
There's no
that's
jive
one
talking.
bit that's added in, which is also awesome.
Yeah, but there's so many layers to what they did in Airplane. So that lady, I can't remember her first name, Billingsley, she played a mother in Leave It to Beaver, some 50s, like just growing up show. So the fact that she was talking jive just totally changed her career. And she loved it. There's a small interview with her about it on YouTube, and she just loved the craze. And the two guys the jive talkers are actually, they made the lines up. They were actually jive talking experts, so they were like, we'll make up all the lines. The Zucker brothers and Abrams didn't have a clue what to do, so they just
it's beautiful.
Do what you want.
It's a fantastic piece of TV.
Laying back and smack 'em, yak 'em. So it's very similar. That the story, they're identical to the storylines, and it's just amazing what Abrams and Zucker's.
But what I love is it's not just that. Like, I know I always prattle on about building the world around you. In Airplane, if you pay attention to stuff in the background, there's layers of weird crap happening. Right. You might notice. You have to watch it a bunch of times, and it's all ridiculous. And it builds this ridiculous world. So it just feeds you in there. It's just, it's going to be stupid. Everything is stupid, and it's fantastic for that.
I like the way an Airplane that starts off and it's not the Jaws bit is obviously totally absurd, but the Airplane, it starts off quite normal. Like there's nothing really weird happening. Then the two PA announcers get in a fight about the white zone and red zone.
No, not the white zone.
Yeah, so it's just ridiculous, and then it just goes from there basically. And I think the great thing about Airplane is that you get the airplane at the start, and then the shit goes down. But then you realize you've got the doctor to come, Leslie Nielsen, you've got McCroskey, Lloyd Bridges, and you've got Rex Kramer. It's just to come up next, and obviously in the background you've got what do you call him? Played by Steve Stucker, Johnny. Rapunzel.
Oh, that fella. Sorry.
Yeah. That's Johnny,
not
right?
Joey.
Yeah. No, Joey. No.
To the tower.
To the tower, exactly.
What can you make with a brooch or pterodactyl?
There's a sale on it, pennies. And I think he came up with all those lines. So Steve Stucker was in the Zuckers and Abrams comedy troupe down in LA when they went down there. They found him and everything, but he died very young as well, I think, of HIV. So it's very sort of sad, but amazing comedic chops on him. Yeah, big time. And he just turns off the lights on the runway. Yeah. And also the big change is that he does have his son on 0 Hour in the plane, and he's just constantly they're all sweating in 0 Hour. They're all just constantly sweating.
they lampoon in Airplane by
Yeah.
having Ted Stryker at the end with the water just pouring down his face.
Yeah. And
It's
they only,
fantastic.
they only did it once.
Such a meme or a meme.
Yeah, but like they were everybody in the control tower and on the plane are just sweating their heads off in 0 hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 0 hour as a movie is just not good. It's even his wife is played over the top and wooden at the same time, which is very hard to do, I'm guessing. But it's
What
quite
I found weird, a
interesting.
scene that doesn't really fit anywhere, is Captain Over's wife being called up
Yes,
to bring her to the airport so that she can wait for her husband. Nobody else is.
right. Yeah,
What's I was kind of upset the horse doesn't appear in the
Yeah.
first movie.
just waiting for it.
But it makes no sense. Like, it's stupid. What are you doing?
It is really bizarre. It's like they just wanted some lady in a nightgown.
Yeah.
A bit of flesh for the 1957 audience. Whoop, whoop.
No
Yeah.
horses though. It's too
Yeah.
much.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think 0 hour is a dramatic airplane disaster movie. The food poisoning is quite
It's
bizarre.
a weird angle
Weak.
to take.
It's weak.
Like, you got the mechanical element. Is the obvious approach to take for
Right.
a disaster movie in an airplane,
Yeah.
but not the poops.
But the thing about
Food
it,
poisoning.
the problem is that a lot of people get sick on the plane in 0 hour, but the two pilots get unconscious with the sickness. They can't handle it.
And the same thing happens in Airplane, but
True.
it's handled beautifully by having somebody talk over the radio as they drag the bodies.
Yes, which is just a commentary on how stupid it is of
it's
just
beautiful.
hiding two pilots somewhere for the rest of the movie. Yeah,
Yeah, where did they stick them?
it's
The toilets?
just I don't. Yeah, no, I'm sure they were getting used a lot.
What I like as well, though, in Airplane, it being more realistic in that instead of just feeling sick, they're vomiting.
Yes, yeah,
Because, I feel a bit poorly. Doesn't end there, lads.
couldn't get it. Couldn't do vomiting in the 57.
Not in the 50s, no.
No, I like the way the couple with the Jim never has 2 cups of coffee at home. I love the way he's
Vomits at home.
Yeah, exactly. I love the way he vomits, comes back up, looks at her, and then just vomits again. It's just a very comedic way to do it.
It's
But
beautiful.
I just found out yesterday that that woman was in a coffee commercial, and she says those exact lines.
Okay.
So it's a play on her advertisement, but for some reason it's written somewhere that they didn't even know that she was the same person. But that couldn't be. That can't be. I don't
No,
think
that's
so.
too much of a coincidence.
Yeah. But I was.
And listen, even without that information, having not seen that advertisement, it's still great.
It's funny, yeah. But it's weird because I was watching the advertisement last night and then they're at a party and her husband goes, "Yeah, I'll have a cup of coffee." Jim never takes my cup of coffee at home. It must be the type of coffee that they have here.
It's got cocaine in it.
Yeah. So we've talked about the protagonist and his war veteran experience. We talked about the food poisoning as the tool. Let's talk about the mentorship of Rex Kramer to Ted Stryker in Airplane and Captain Treleaven in 0 Hour to Ted Stryker. I will say one positive thing about 0 Hour. I think the actor playing Captain Treleaven, he comes in and takes his salary and does a good job at being overly dramatic, and I thought it came across quite well. Like, it didn't really feel ham-fisted or whatever.
He's actually quite similar to...
He's very similar.
Like, I was looking... it took me a second. I wanted to... actually, no, I never actually checked, but he's not the same actor. He's clearly not the same actor.
No, he's
20 years in it.
Sterling Hayden is Captain Treleaven and Robert Stack is Rex Kramer.
But facially, they're almost
Quite
identical,
similar.
in my eyes anyway. Like, I couldn't tell them apart, having watched 2 movies back to back.
Yeah.
No, I didn't take still of each. But to
They're
me, it
quite
was the same
similar.
character, and it's played the same.
Oh, big time, yeah. You're coming in
I
too
thought-
hot.
I thought both of them do a good job. It is overly dramatic.
But you can just
and it's
see
wonderful for us.
Richard Stack just copying the actor from 0 Hour. He's just copying him. That's it.
Oh yeah, but it works because it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
The original movie was ridiculous, and it didn't need much changing, other than
No,
leaving the
it's,
mic on for one piece.
yeah, it's yeah, exactly. Maybe I'll just make him crash into the lake and save a lot of people. That was funny. I also like at the end when Rex Kramer just talks to Stryker at
Keeps
the end.
talking,
You know what it's
Stryker
like to
signs
be kicked in the head with an iron boot? Of course you don't. Scrap that. Nobody does.
It's genius.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Stuff.
And so
I'm wetting myself now.
So with the two, obviously the two protagonists in the two movies, same person, Ted Stryker, they have to fly the plane. So how does what's his name, Dana Andrews, play it differently than Robert Hayes?
Well, he doesn't show emotion on his face.
No.
Wooden face, sits down, gets angry at one point, but again, it doesn't feel. I don't feel PTSD in him. I don't feel any sort of range from him. He's garbage.
He's pretty garbage.
Yeah.
You know what was going to happen though when he sat down? Were you waiting for it, just going, will they do that? Will they pan across the instruments like they do an airplane? And they do.
It's wonderful. No, they take the mick out of it in Airplane, where it goes on.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's the joke.
But it has that scene. It is panning, and he's like, "Oh, look at all those dials."
Yeah.
Mixture, wash.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, again, this movie, all Airplane does is take a ridiculous movie, crank it up a little bit,
just a bit,
just enough to take what was honestly an awful movie.
Yeah.
Add a little bit of spice, a bit of salt, a bit of pepper, and it's fantastic.
Yeah. And the culmination of both movies, obviously the plane lands, but then I was like, in Zero Hour, the fucking wheels fall off too on the runway. It's like, what the hell? I thought that was just purely Airplane.
It's ridiculous. It's stupid. That doesn't really happen. You put the brakes on a bit too much. Yeah, so that's daft. At an Airplane, it's daft, but you're like, well, yeah, you expect daft.
You have a lane in Airplane just copying the exact words on the way down. I'm so proud of you, Ted.
It's such an awful scene in the original one, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but the thing about the 57 movie is they have this just the soft focus like they always do in the 50s movies of the lady actor, and it's just she's in contrast with the shadows around her. I'm so proud of you, Ted.
Looking adoringly at her husband.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
forget about
exactly the same way played. Like it's just.
But that's one of the moments when I just said every actor in Airplane is just recreating it, and just that's what the directors said. They just said, "Listen, just play it serious."
Extra line here or there, but just delivered exactly the same.
Yeah,
and they do it. I will say, actually, Robert Hayes as Ted Stryker outmaneuvers the original actor. Yeah. Everybody else, though, is pretty much the same.
Well, McCroskey, like Lloyd Bridges and Richard Stack, are kind of a combination. There's no really two people in Zero Hour with those two, and thankfully we have the two in Airplane because it separates them.
I love Lloyd Bridges in this. He's great. Absolutely adore him in this.
Just every scene he has something to do. Like at the start, he's like giving instructions to everybody and just finishing instructions. And then he does the pose on the desk, and the picture behind him is the same pose. And then there's a Siamese twins who are given two jobs and they can't figure out where to go. Yeah.
It's genius. Then hanging from the ceiling, sniffing his glue.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. So, like in Zero Hour, the actual character, Captain Trelawney, or what the hell his name is, Captain Trelevin, he does say, quite surprisingly, he says, looked like I picked the wrong week to quit cigarettes. And so they just did that, and they said, okay, let's ramp it up every 5 minutes, which Lloyd Bridges' character goes from
week to give up drinking.
Week
to give up amphetamines.
Yeah, cigarettes, drinking, amphetamines, glue in that order. Yeah. And then it's just so, I think I remember just watching it for the first time, and it's still so funny when he just says, it's coming right at us. Just jumps out. It's a lot of Father Ted did that a lot too.
Oh yeah, Father Jack jumping out the window. Yeah,
it's just funny, and IT Crowd I think did it too as well. It's just a funny comedic tool to use to
It
have,
is. And these are the original. This is just out of nowhere.
yeah, ridiculous. Yeah, actually, it's sort of the sort of arc of Ted Stryker and Airplanes. It just feels more actually sincere than
It
Zero
does. It feels
Hours.
real. And I'm emotionally attached to his character. Whereas in 0 Hour, I'm like, I think your wife's better off leaving you.
Yeah, he's a bit of a misery guts.
Yeah.
Well, the
Yeah,
great thing
he was
about
misery goes before he had PTSD.
yeah, the great thing about Airplane is it actually goes, even though they're the same length-ish movies, Airplane goes into a little bit of the backstory of Elaine and Ted, like
Yeah. Develops their relationship.
the
And
bar scene,
explains that's.
the jungle scene.
I love the two girl guides beating chunks out of each other and one getting chucked into the jukebox to kick off the Bee Gees song. And then the lights come on in this dive bar in the middle of nowhere.
It's perfect. Well, that's the thing, though. So, like, they lent on other things as well as Zero Hour.
Saturday Night
So,
Fever. And
Saturday Night Fever. They also used that beach scene is from Here to Eternity,
it's a
mixed
genius reference, isn't it?
mixed with Grease, though, because
But I love the sea coming in over the two of them snogging on the beach, and they just get absolutely wiped out, covered in seaweed. There's fish bopping beside them. It's a catfish, I think.
they
It's just lovely.
yeah, they
Makes it real.
They used a water like tank, I think, and they just chucked it at them. They just dropped the water tank on them. So yeah, and then you watch From Here to Eternity. I just saw the clip today and just saw what the similarities are. Yeah, it's not very similar, but they're in the tide.
It was Burt Lancaster, was it? Or
Yes, and some other famous actor. What else is there about the two that we need to discuss? I think obviously, yeah, we've as we said before, that the humor in Airplane just hasn't been replicated to a great quality ever since, apart from Naked Gun.
Police Squad, Naked Gun.
Yeah, Police Squad had 4 episodes or 6 episodes, and then Airplane 2 came out, and they basically went, we can't handle this. We've done it. We've stretched that flying thing, so somebody else took it, but Julie Haggerty and Robert Hayes came back as
For money.
Of course, yeah. Then,
And William Shatner.
There's actually, I think there's quite a few funny scenes in Airplane 2, but it's just not as good.
It misses, I guess, because it's not following a weird ass script in the first place. So it's an original script, obviously, because it's set in space.
Yeah.
But the original benefits of first Airplane benefits from following that script, as you said, this kind of ridiculous, but it is a typical standard movie, and they just add a little bit of spice to it and make it something more. Whereas with Airplane 2, it's written from the ground up and kind of garbage, script wise.
Yeah, it's for sure.
And as you said, the gags in it are quite funny, but
yeah, I like Shatner doing shh to the doors. That's funny.
yeah.
But again, you're sort of trying to
giving out about the blinking lights. Why do you have these blinking lights? What did he bloody mean?
It's actually quite genius of them to put him in the role, because he's a serious actor and has that haltering, stalling way of delivering lines. So I think that actually worked out quite well.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, how could they make 0 Hour better anyway? Different actor.
I think mainly by adding comedic elements and calling it Airplane. It's as a plot, it's kind of daft. In the first place,
it's weak.
It's a silly premise. Food poisoning's daft. The chasing after the wife and becoming a passenger and being a bit stalkery is kind of creepy. And develop the PTSD thing a little bit better, and give us something, a background.
Right.
Their relationship, build it up. So when it crumbles, we can feel some loss from it. But you don't feel the loss in 0 Hour. Yeah. Whereas you do in Airplane.
Weird.
Which is mad.
Yeah, it's crazy. we also do like it's not really. They use it in Zero Hour, the fog that's around everywhere. They use it as a massive tool. Yeah, well, they use it as the jaws in the start of, but they use it as it's sort of like, okay, you can't land anywhere until you get to Vancouver for Zero Hour, and Chicago.
Rockies.
Yeah, get past the Rockies, and then Chicago for Airplane is just sort of this tool that they use just to sort of get the tension built a little bit more, so it's just not food poisoning. Oh, we'll just land at the next airport then.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, so yeah, it's a bad movie, Zero Hour.
It's one of the worst we've reviewed. It doesn't have a lot of interesting elements to it.
Yeah,
Bad acting, bad plot, bad production, bad music.
and it's weird though in Zero Hour that the wife comes up to the cockpit. It's like, yeah, sit here, love.
Why not the stewardess?
Yeah,
No, you're needed to go outside.
yeah, you need to go and look after the
Yeah, but you might have
passengers.
more familiarity with the plane. No, out and talk to the passengers.
Yeah, I kind of it's even cross wires now. I think it's in Zero Hour. Ted actually asked the flight attendant, which button's the radio? And she has to point it out. So she should be there, not the wife. Who knows what the wife's job is?
That's the wife. Which button's the radio?
Try this one.
Oh, that's the wings fell off.
Yeah. Do you think that Father Ted episode is based on Airplane?
I
Don't
think
press
there are
this
elements
button.
to it. I guess I guarantee you that some inspiration was drawn from it. That button, yeah, the big red button.
The big red button. Yeah.
But that makes more sense than food poisoning in my head.
Yes. Yeah, true. So I think, as with all sort of genius works of art, just things had to fall in line for them to make this movie. They had to be recording that TV late at night and find this movie and realize that it was so absurd that they could just add a few things and it would be amazing.
It was lucky, wasn't it? It was a pure and utter luck that this nailed as it did, and the world is a better place for it.
Yeah, and they knew where to tweak it a bit. Obviously, the autopilot as well in Airplane was not in Zero Hour.
No?
Just the absurdity of it's a blow up doll. That's the autopilot. I think I remember as a kid going, "Oh my god, so funny."
Yeah. It's silly. And you get away with it because it's kind of a serious movie wrapped in ridiculous clothing.
Here's one thing I forgot that just came to mind. There's two things that they don't comedically work on in Airplane that was in Zero Hour. One, the stewardess's boyfriend who has a fucking sock puppet. That could have been done so easily. And the sock puppet could have just gone on a rampage or something and said horrible stuff. Yeah, just horrible stuff to other passengers or something. Because he put out it was an Irish accent or something, the sock
Paddy,
puppet.
the sock puppet,
Yeah, it was terrible.
Like, come on.
He used it to sort of make Joey.
God, I know. Sure, give us a snog.
Take care of Paddy.
Right.
They could have. I don't know why. They probably just looked at it and went, that's too absurd to even actually make satire.
It is profoundly stupid. And it was, I think, in the original movie to add a comedic element to lighten the movie a little bit, perhaps. But it's awful.
It's stupid.
It's
but
shocking.
I wonder if they could have done something there.
Oh, of course they could have done something with it, but
then
I don't
another
think it needed it.
No. So then another part of the Zero Hour thing that they didn't focus on, and I don't know if he was Scottish or Irish, was the drinking lad. That was
with the whiskey.
Yeah.
They
sounded Irish.
They do call back to it, where
yes.
the lad says, "Do you want some whiskey?" to an old lady sitting beside her, and she's like, "Certainly not."
In Airplane,
a big huff of cocaine.
That's fantastic. And like when it happens in Zero Hour, you just laugh out loud because you know what happens in Airplane after she says, "Certainly not."
Certainly not. I mean, mirror.
And they do the ding ling ling ding ling ling. So that was your first time watching Zero Hour last night.
Yes.
So now that you know it's pretty much a shot by shot remake, but with obviously twists of comedy from it, what does your perspective of Airplane change to now?
I love it
If
even more. That's weird. Like, it feels like Airplane is a movie that should have aged. That it should have lost some comedic chops over the years.
yeah,
It has not. And having seen its source material being so awful,
yeah,
I love it all the more. I think it's a masterpiece. I think it's a fantastic piece of art, if you will. I think everybody needs to watch Airplane. If you don't like it,
shut up.
shut up.
Yeah, you don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, so yeah, I think that's all I had to say on the matter.
Very first. Go.
Anything? any any anything we haven't discussed? Obviously, there's a lot of stuff in Airplane that I just
Oh,
love.
listen, if we go into the quotes,
We just like we could do scene by scene like
that-
we used to do,
but it's not
that's
important
good.
right now.
Surely we can come up with something else.
Don't call me Shirley.
Well, then also, well, let's just go through some differences that just pop into my head. He actually does say in the cockpit to the stewardess and the doctor, it's an entirely different type of flying altogether. So they repeat it in Airplane, and it just goes on.
It's an entirely different type of flying altogether.
And then Robert Hayes just has this look, and then continues what he's saying. It's just his reaction to it as well.
It's a fantastic. It's ripping into the original script and taking a make out of it.
He doesn't give up in 0 Hour, though, Ted Stryker. Ted Stryker in Airplane leaves the cockpit.
That's a big difference.
Yes.
And that is where we get the speech from Leslie Nielsen about doing one for the zipper.
Don't know where I'll be there, Doc, he said.
But
But I won't smell too good. That's for sure.
Wonderful line.
But then...
And it's delivered so beautifully by Leslie Nielsen. In a normal, straight shooting movie, it'd be great. You would be like, yeah, I'm motivated. Yeah, well done, Leslie. But in this, yes.
George Sipp said that? Yeah. And then obviously Leslie Nielsen has the other conversation with Captain Over. You can't land for another 2 hours.
Yeah.
You can't make a decision for another 2 hours.
Or there's a gag that isn't set up in the original movie, obviously, but it's the name of all the pilots.
Oh, yes.
Victor, Roger, Captain Over. And it's about... It's set up for a while, and it's going for a while, and then it's like, huh? Everybody says Roger, huh?
Yeah. They're taking off
then
all that's happening.
It gets... You're like, okay, they're done with that gag. No.
Roger. Yeah.
They go in for about a 30-second, just the names, nothing but that. What's your vector, Victor, and all this.
Yeah. And it's obviously as well, you have to note that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was a famous basketball player, and they bring that into the absurdity of it all, where Joey says, I know who you are. The hell
My dad
I did.
says, my dad says you're awful in defense.
Try telling him I used to carry his team every night. Yeah. Oh, one more thing, and I don't even know this lady, but I just love Ethel Merman jumping out of the bed. Famous singer.
The whole scene in the hospital is beautiful. Like the painting he's doing.
Yes.
The guy contortionist with his leg behind his head.
Hey, Stryker, can I take a break?
Yeah, go ahead. And he pulls his leg out. It's beautiful. It's ridiculous.
My memory has crossed, right? But I don't think they said it in 0 Hour, but you'll have to remind me. But when he's saying 6 of my men aren't going to come home, 7, the captain died this morning. George spits out the water.
Yeah, that bit's not in it.
Okay,
there's no mention of George Sipp in the first movie.
Or another person dying in 0 Hour.
No. It's
because actually his wife isn't in the hospital with him in 0 Hour. It's just
a doctor.
It's just a doctor.
You got to let go of it, buddy.
Let go of it, son. Tell that to George Sipp. He doesn't say that in 0 Hour.
And another piece we should mention. This could go on for a while, but I love all the flashbacks as Ted Stryker sitting waiting for the food poisoning to happen, where he's chatting about his relationship with his girlfriend, and everybody sits beside his doing themselves in or committing
Yeah.
suicide.
Yes.
Well, I love the last one, and he's covering himself in petrol. And the stewardess comes in and goes, we want to know if you've any flying experience and if you could come up to the cockpit. And the guy beside him goes, yeah. Nah. Yeah.
You could go on forever. You've got
You could.
Well, the chick in Zero Hour goes crazy as well. And they do actually shake her a bit.
No, I'll take care of the stewardess.
And I think it was the lady actor, who actually said to the directors, just make a slap line. And so that was her idea. And I think Leslie unscriptedly hit her another slap before walking off. I always noticed that from Leslie Nielsen. Slapped her once, she gets
2 slaps, and then there's people behind with baseball bats and guns and a bullwhip.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah. And then we've got there's no sick kid in Zero Hour, but there's a sick kid in
the guitar.
Yeah. So that's
the IV.
That's a sort of song that Peter, Paul, and Mary wrote for Peter. Somebody, I can't remember his name, but from Peter, Paul, and Mary, wrote it for his friend's wedding, and he wasn't happy the way it was done in Airplane. Obviously, there is only one river.
I love, as it's starting to kick off, the entire cast, their faces sort of go. Really
somebody comes
clappy.
from the ceiling just to make it.
And the best bit of that is in the cockpit where the pilots all look at the camera and they're all smiling, and then they look back to what they were doing, and then the navigator looks as well.
Yeah, perfect.
Corny, genius.
Like comedically corny, which works. Yeah. Yes, we could go scene by scene for Airplane and just talk about it for an hour, but I wanted to make this episode to compare and contrast the two movies. And I think we've pretty much dealt with all of them. Obviously, in the second half of the movie, and we'll just kind of finish with this, I think we have to give it some amazing props to Airplane, because the airport tower with the characters that are in there is just amazing. And then you go back to the plane, amazing characters. Back to the tower, amazing characters. In Zero Hour, you've really only got Captain Treleaven, who's actually just bringing it forward.
Yeah, Striker.
Yeah. It's a good thing he doesn't know how much I hate his guts. I was waiting for him to say that in 0 Hour.
Unfortunately, that doesn't happen.
But he doesn't. He just kind of goes, hello, Captain Treleaven.
It's obvious you remember me.
Exactly, yes. Yeah, like Robert Stack just does it tone for tone.
Yeah,
to be Sterling Hayden. Yeah, it's great. I did give my marks for 0 Hour. It's not very good. I don't even remember.
I haven't marked it yet, but I can tell you it's not high.
Yeah. Listen, I'm just going to string through them because we'll talk more about Airplane. I'm going to give plot 2, acting 1, soundtrack 1, and production 2, because I could give it 2.5. Actually, I will give it 2.5 because
it's 1957.
57 Airplane works. They do.
It deserves some props for that.
Yes, props.
I'm going to copy you and all that because
you couldn't bother thinking about it.
I can't be bothered thinking about it. It's not a good movie. It's bad acting. It's bad music. Bad everything. Production deserves jump chops because, as you say, it's a long time ago.
Yeah. When I give 4 to the plot of Airplane, I'm giving it not because of the
identical plot. 1, exactly. 4.
Yeah,
it's a different movie though.
It's a different
one
movie.
Is a dramatic thriller.
And
this is not that.
Exactly.
This is a comedy.
It's a comedy, and the fact that they've just did genius things to the entire plot and storyline and dialogue of 0 Hour, they've made it amazing. So I'm giving it 4. I could give it higher, but I'm not going to do that.
I'm going to give it 3.75.
Yeah.
But what I love about it is the weaknesses of the first movie are the strengths of the second movie. It's just fantastic.
Yeah. I know this is weird and for a satire spoof movie, but because Airplane has always been in my conversations about one of my favorite movies, I'm giving acting 4.75 because
Whoa. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough.
Well,
Because you love that movie.
let me reason it with you. It's the actors just take a spoof movie to another level with their acting. They
Yeah. Robert Hayes is fantastic. Peter Graves as Captain Over, brilliant. Julie Haggerty
yeah,
absolutely nails it. Yeah,
well,
I fully agree. Now I'm not going to give it 4.5 or 4.75.
I'm giving it 4.75 because of the performances are just amazingly funny.
There, Leslie Nielsen.
Just amazing. You're just waiting for him to come on. You're waiting for him
Yeah,
to go to the seat and to see him there with the stethoscope in his ears, and you know
I
from
give it
then on.
4.25. I find it hard to say this is a acting masterclass, but it is
No,
acted brilliantly.
yeah, I think the music is cool. I'm giving it 4.25 because I remember it, it's funny, and it's used comedically as well.
And it kind of reminds me of all the movies that just happened before. As you said,
Yes,
the
Airport,
1979
yeah,
and 81 and all that. They had this similar soundtrack, and it's important that it had the same sort of theme and sort of feel to it.
yeah.
So yeah, 3.75 in music is good.
I think they basically told the composer make a B movie soundtrack, and that's what he did. I have 4 for production, but I might give it 4.25 just because of the way they put it together and the way it just. Well, yeah, we didn't really mention the stupidity of a jumbo jet going through an airport window at the start when the guy just misdirects the parking. It's just like
But that's a bit of work they put in for that.
they did. It was a
For
big
15 seconds, not even a 15-second gag, like, yeah, maybe a
did-
15 second.
And there's something that happened that I didn't really realize what happens when the jumbo jet comes through the window. Did you ever pick up on this? So there's a woman with a baby, and she throws the baby up in the air when the plane comes through the window. I just copped it on this time around. Just
Brilliant.
one of those things.
I'm tempted to give a high production on this as well because every time you watch it, there's detail, so much detail in the background,
Yeah,
and for that it deserves, I think, 4.25 for me. It's layered, it's funny, and it builds a world. And I love a movie that builds a world, even when it bloody well doesn't need to. And this
yeah,
didn't
yes,
necessarily need to build such a sort of deep world, but it does anyway, and
does.
I love it.
Yeah, the fact like the genius of just there's the main plot and the main story, but all these little things happen throughout the movie, like the press reporters coming into the tower. Okay, let's take some pictures, boys. Yoinks. Johnny takes a press conference and somebody holds up an ice cream cone.
Stuff you'll miss.
The media news channels of the different news channels around the world and the airplane graphic changing. Yeah, and then looks to the other camera.
It's little details like that.
Yeah. The guy,
Yes.
the news reporters running into the telephone booths and they all
Just knocking them
collapse.
over, yeah.
The religious
Small.
people in the airplane, in the airport. Flowers. Yeah.
Church of Christian Enlightenment or something.
Yeah. Yeah, and the fact that Peter
Captain
Graves.
Rex Kramer beats the crap out of them all.
Yeah, Rex Kramer. Like Rex Kramer's home. He walks through the mirror. The dog is attacking the guy. They have a stupid fake car scene with Indians in the background on horseback. They knock over a bicyclist on the way.
Yeah. It's just so much of it. It's so deep. It's so rich.
It's packed. I don't think after the first, 2 minutes of the movie, you don't stop then. There's not any time when there's not a joke just piling up ready for it to go.
And you might even be, and quite often you probably will be missing one of the gags in the background.
Yeah. You've got the seat messages in the airplane. Go on a Sedona. So it's and they're showing an airplane. The woman doing the makeup on the airplane.
The streaker during the panic scene.
The streaker trying to. They don't know who that was. They can't never trace her down.
It's for 1 second, and it's ridiculous. It's stupid. And it fits.
Everybody assume crash positions, and they all just. They're all just coming to me now in the last minute of a review. It's just they're all just need to be said.
All these literal gags. like Don't Call Me Shirley. That's what I love it. I love how
We haven't even mentioned Shirley because it's quite predictable. And it's the first thing people notice about the movie is the Shirley, you can't be serious. I am serious and stop calling me Shirley. I love when Leslie Nielsen comes into the cockpit 3 times and says, good luck to you both. We're all counting on you. One before they begin to land, one during landing, and one after they land.
And it's delivered exactly the same each time.
Maybe they repeated it. I don't know if they did or not.
No, it's in different scenes. The lads are doing different things.
Okay.
It's just Leslie just doing his thing over and over again.
Yeah, in the way he can only do it. Yeah, there's many, many different things, and I'm sure we've missed out on a lot of stuff, but somebody in the New York Daily gave it 40 out of 100. Kathleen Carroll. Airplane loses its buoyancy. Zaz, who shared both writing and directorial credits, becomes so desperate for laughs that the jokes descend to a much cruder level. And Airplane does an abrupt nosedive, turning a hopelessly flat movie sparked only by the occasional appearances of Lloyd Bridges as an easily rattled air traffic controller whose nerves are such he depends on booze and pills to keep himself going on the job. That's a terrible review.
The only thing I agree with is the Lloyd Bridges thing.
Well, it's just explaining who his character is.
Yeah. No, that's missed the mark. I guess this movie can be Marmite in some instances. If it's not your style of comedy, you're probably not going to like it. But I like ridiculous. I like stupid. I like literal nonsense.
Yeah. Roger Ebert gave it 75. It's quite long. I'll always pick out. The reason it's funny is frequently because it's sophomoric, predictable, and corny. This sort of humor went out with Milton Berle, Jerry Lewis, and knock jokes, but that's why it's so funny. Then a couple of 100 out of 100 ones. Empire, must have been a retro review, gave it 100. The distinguishing feature of what many people consider to be the funniest movie ever made is the sheer number of gags.
Yes, it is non-stop.
This is the Telegraph, Martin Chilton. This is one of the parts of the movie, he mentions a part of the movie here that I've always laughed at, and it just doesn't make any sense whatsoever, but it's so great. The really great thing about Airplane is that the jokes undercut your expectations so deftly, right down to the sour air traffic controller called Stack. When it's suggested that he turns on the landing lights on the runway, he snaps back, no, that's just what they're expecting us to do. It's just,
I love it, and it's so like, he's like, yeah, we're going to kill them.
It's just so stupid.
It's right up there with the pick up the white courtesy phone.
Yeah.
Picks up the red one. No, the white courtesy phone.
And then he says, yeah, I got it. Thank you.
Sorry, yeah. I mean, again, this could go on for a while.
Yes, I think if we hadn't have taken our summer break and we had gone on with the same routine of just describing every scene in a movie,
oh god,
this probably would have been one of the movies where it actually would have made sense. But we've turned that corner in our.
We would have spent 2 hours talking about a movie that's shorter than 2 hours.
Yeah, and we're past that. We're good. Okay. Surely this episode is over.
Roger.
Why didn't you reply the way you should have replied? It is over, and stop calling me Shirley.
Oh, sorry.
Jesus
sorry, I was thinking
Christ.
of the cockpit scene with the pilots.
That could have been just sort of a dead end of episode. Anyway, we'll be back in the next week's episode. Please like us on every platform that you listen to us on, and we'll see you on the next episode. Bye-bye.